Hey everyone, this is AppSync. This is week 12/13/2022, right before the holidays. Thanks for joining. As always, this is your product engineering team. First off, we're going to be talking about our block explorer. So we'll kick it off with Serge and Natasha. So going through our done column. Good work, everyone, as usual. Got a lot of things moving forward, so we'll clear that out. Let's go right into our in progress, and then we can talk about what's been going on in Block Explorer. So archive this. I think first one's up is implement regression test. I think this was Serge.
Yeah, this was put on hold because we have a more urgent performance issue investigation and deploying of infrastructure for Gemini 3.
Okay, perfect. And I think that's going to come up to this one, right? It's been an archive for Gemini 3.
Yeah, Gemini 3, I created droplets and started Gemini 3 node. However, deploying archive is currently blocked because of the metadata issue on the runtime. So I'm waiting for the update for Subspace node, and after that I can resume deploying.
Okay, cool. That makes sense. Also on the Subscan side, we're also waiting on the same thing, so it makes a lot of sense here. So thanks for that. And then, as you were mentioning, investigating Postgres high CPU usage.
Yeah, currently it's getting better, but there are still some queries that are not very performant, and we are working with Natasha on optimizing those. So it's ongoing.
Okay, cool. Are we still going to just be leveraging DO metrics? I thought we were also going to, maybe I'm misremembering this conversation, but also we're going to probably start adding more metrics too, right? Outside of DO. I think we talked about this for telemetry.
Well, for Postgres, I'm using PG Hero.
Oh, right. Gotcha.
So yeah, it's not just DO. Yes.
Okay, cool. Potentially inaccurate extrinsics and event counts.
So I submitted this one. I don't know, Natasha, if you've got a chance or if that made sense to you.
This can be seen as part of the query optimization that Serge mentioned before, because right now we limit the number of events we get from the block query because it can be really hard on the query to query all events that we have. So we were figuring out if maybe we can some sort of way show this information for the query without needing to query the internal events to show it in the homepage.
Okay. Do we want to move this in progress, or should I leave this here to do?
I think this has already changed in one of the recent PRs. So we can probably... Okay, I will close it later if it's not relevant.
Okay, cool, awesome, great. I think the rest we can queue this up later. I think this is still being worked on right now with the subsequent team, so we can come back to this. SDK and CLI. Also great work. 26 issues closed, so amazing. On archive that. I think Oskin or Ivan, Oskin, you might have the demo you wanted to showcase, or?
Yeah, of course.
Here, just boot me off the presentation.
Okay. Okay, this one. As you can see, we had a pre-release 1 week ago. There is a slight bug with this, that's why it's not latest, and we will probably publish a new one in the upcoming days. The bug was fortunately submitted by an outsider, I mean, from our community. That's the first thing for the CLI, so we are very happy about it. The bug was we are using a summary file for the info command, actually, and sometimes the data race can happen. And actually, the fix was quite simple, so I will not go into details about that. Let's start with the demo. I will be showcasing this version because my my device is M1, so you should download the compatible one with your operating system. So after navigating to the downloads folder or to the folder you downloaded, you just need to start it with init. For macOS, it will need some allow button for the security, for the system settings. You can do that. And then it will ask for your reward address. This is my public address, so it's fine. And I will just go with the defaults. I'm not going to put anything in here. And then it will notify me about, like, you can run the farm command now. If I change this init to farm, and let me showcase the verbose merchant right now, because we always showcase the normal one with plotting progress bars. As you can see, for the ones who were following us priorly, this is like the same interface for the previous CI. I mean, the executables from the monorepo. And it just works like now it's much more simple rather than running a separate farmer and node and entering different parameters that most of us don't know. It's just like init and farm. That's all. I think that's it about the demo.
Cool. Awesome. Looks great. Great work. It's going back to the board. 987 farm unable to terminate during plotting. Do we have any updates on this one?
Probably Nazar will have updates about that. The thing is, it's not about CLI anymore, and Ivan directed us to the right direction, so Nazar will take care of that. But so far, it's better. I haven't encountered a big problem regarding this, so probably it will be a backlog issue.
Okay, cool. Why don't we move it back into do, and then I can put it back into backlog after this. But okay, good to know. Thanks for the update.
Add something to say about that?
Oh yeah, you want to add to that?
I just want to say that we talked about it with Nazar a bit, and it seemed that like currently the issue is only present on some like configurations of the both CLI SDK and the farmer and node from the monorepo, but it won't be present like in some time in monorepo, so it will be fixed. So it's on monorepo end.
Okay, sweet. Yes, throw it over there. Cool. Add support for an executor and domains running.
I'm working on the executor support on the SDK right now. So beforehand it wasn't supported. It's just that like currently I just need to copy over the configuration from the monorepo into the SDK and expose it somehow. So that's what it is about. Beforehand we didn't need that because like executors and domains weren't ready yet. But it seems that we will have like XNet soon. So we will need to add support for that in the SDK also.
Okay. Going quickly through to do, I think we have a lot of these doc issues. I think we could probably start getting this out of the way as we handle the current in progress. I've dumped docs update here as well, so I can go through them really quickly. Update repo materials. I think Justin will probably need your help on this one, but we probably need to, or I can help on this one too, but we need to start updating the other links per some of the feedback we got that the other documentation is pointing to our old instance. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, it will be unrelated to this issue though. If you are going to continue with these issues, I don't want to interrupt.
Oh, we can continue with this issue, or
okay, it's for a separate issue. That's why.
Oh, I can finish this up, but yeah, we probably need to start grooming all of our repo docs because some of the links are wrong. So we probably should get this done like soon. So, which issue were you talking about?
The last one, actually, something came to my mind. We won't have to do anything specific, I believe, for this change when Nazar fixes it. It will be automatically fixed on the CLI as well. So I don't think this issue should be in our project board. Okay,
got it. All right, how about after this call, I can try to move this back over to monorepo and we can close this.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. Other one, CLI documentation could be clear on specifics. We just need to update this. Nazar went through the doc, so this one's straightforward. We need to do this. I can take a look at this today. In progress. The last one is enable dark mode by default. So for dark mode fans, this is kind of what we want to go for the docs. So I've good first issue for the community. If anyone's watching this, to help us fix this. Cool. Great. I think those are the major issues. There was everything else in no status. I think we're still waiting on more information coming in as we go through Gemini 3 testnet. Is there anything else that we want to talk about in specific before we wrap up?
There's a few issues that I just opened this morning. Just a couple small like UI, UX things on the CLI side.
Okay.
One of them was maybe it might be a good idea to display the minimum and maximum plot sizes.
Okay.
This was just feedback from a user because they weren't sure what their ranges were as far as their options. Maybe we could do it on documentation side or maybe natively in the CLI. Either way, I think that would help with that issue. And the other one was just that the loading bar on the CLI is still like kind of freezing here and there. So it's kind of prompting users to think that that application is frozen. Luckily for the time being, they can just check the logs and see that like there's still progress being made, but it also might be a good enhancement, for that UI interaction as we move forward.
For the loading bar, can we get any chance we can get like more system specifics on like what operating system and what binary they're using, so we can kind of start digging into this one?
Yeah, I'm still capturing details from the ambassadors from their testing this morning.
We don't need the operating system, I believe, for that because it's actually not freezing, but it's extremely slow progressing. That's why it appears like it's freezing.
Oh.
So maybe we should increase the amount of frequency of updates to CLI or SDK. We can talk with this we can talk about this with Ivan, and we can have a solution, I believe.
Okay.
Maybe even like 3 dots that are kind of like doing a little loading sign or something, just like a little bit of movement to indicate that it's not.
We
like
have that.
jammed.
We have that. We have the dots moving, but these are progressing when there's an update comes, and that update comes so infrequently.
Right.
That's the problem.
Gotcha. I see.
We need bigger dots. Come on. It's just kidding. Okay, no, that's great. Yeah, let's figure this out. I think we can resolve this, so that's good to know. Going back to the min plot use, so yeah, we can work on this too. This is great. Thanks for the feedback from the community, so I appreciate that all. Cool. I think since we kind of know this, I'm gonna move it to the project board, and so we'll queue it up for going forward. And then min plot. Sorry, go ahead, Ivan.
Yeah, I just had a question about the min max plot size. Like technically speaking, like there is none. There is no like max plot size for sure, but there is no minimum plot size. As I know, like maybe like 32 megabytes or something, which is the size of like one sector, but technically none. This is a weird one.
Yeah, this one might. I think Justin used to mention this. I think maybe this is a docs thing. We just need to explain this well, and so maybe I can move this over to docs, and then we'll just remember to kind of put a nice call out to this section, and I think that could resolve this.
I think
that'd be perfect.
Okay, cool. I will move this over after the call. Any other comments, questions, concerns? Okay, cool. Just to know, also for community, we are going to the holiday season over here at Subspace Network, so we won't be having app sync the next 2 weeks, so just give everyone a heads up. But otherwise, we will see you all in the new year. Thanks for joining us. Bye.